Alrighty, and I think we are officially live in the building, live and in color.
Yeah.
So
Speaking
what
of buildings,
was
I'll be in mine soon.
wait, you said what now, Carl?
I said, speaking of buildings, I'll be in mine soon.
Oh yeah, you're en route to your house.
Yep.
But what is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel for another Homie Talk podcast. Of course, I'm your host G11, joined by Carl today. The rest of the panel is probably trying to figure out, time and stuff. It's all Gucci. Today, I definitely had an interesting topic overall that I wanted to get into. But I got a couple of quick hits, man, before we even dig into the Yay situation.
Oh God.
Brother West, because his name isn't Kanye anymore. He changed it to Yay legally.
Oh, my,
So you
that's
know,
oh he ain't right. That's why you know he ain't right.
but all right, here's some stuff that's been going on. You remember that shit that happened in what I think you say Waukesha, Wisconsin, like last year? There. Oh, hold on, stream. Oh, my stream elements bot's running. In Waukesha, Wisconsin, last year, man, there was like a parade, if you will, right? I forget what it was for, but it was a parade, and this guy named Daryl Brooks drove his car through the parade and took out like 7 or 8 people. Dude was on the run from the police. You can't make this stuff up, man. So now his trial has been going on for the past 12 days, and it's just been a fucking clown world show. It's been really strange. The dude is representing himself as a sovereign citizen.
And okay, so
You remember it?
don't about the, I don't. I actually don't know about the Wisconsin situation. This is very much news to me. I do,
Yeah.
however, know about this sovereign citizen thing, and
Uh,
them people are crazy.
yeah, they're
they
actually insane.
Yeah, they actually think that they don't have to follow the laws of every other U.S. citizen or what have you. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you ever seen it, but there was a video of a officer doing a routine stop, I believe,
Oh, there's a couple of
and
them out there.
yeah, and this specific one, this young woman was telling the officer like, hey, he doesn't have to follow your laws because he's a sovereign citizen, and
hmm
whatever. And so officer was like, no, you actually do have to follow the laws. And he proceeded to apprehend her, and she was like, you don't know your own laws. I'm pretty sure he does. He's got a manual in his in his vehicle. So like, you need to follow the laws. You learn the laws. As I said last time with Brittany Griner, learn the laws of the countries, folks. It's important.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to land in jail.
Hey, I've always laws are important. They're here for a reason, right? And if you don't agree with the law, you got to lobby to change it, right? There's a right way and a wrong way to do it. But these sovereign citizen people, like you said, they believe they are not part of the United States, that they're just kind of existing in this sovereign nation type deal. But the deal is this guy named Daryl Brooks. So this was back in November of 2021 in Waukesha, Wisconsin. There was a Christmas parade going on, and he drove his SUV through the parade, and it's the actual number is 6 people that he took down. And it's just it's crazy. So he's like I said, he's been representing himself in court, and he's been doing a horrible job. I'm gonna play just a snippet of the trial because I was literally sitting at work watching this, and I'm thinking to myself, this guy is delusional. This is narcissism. This is lack of accountability. It's all those things. But this is I'm gonna play a clip of his interaction with the judge.
Oh, here we go.
Like, this is nuts, Carl. Check this out.
This letter's from her. These pictures are from her. How does it relate to her credibility before the jury?
Who else could Who else could these pictures?
That's him.
I'm going to ask you point
your
blank, did you get
posture,
a letter that's signed from her?
I got. What do you mean sign? No
How
one
do you know?
signs letters.
What's your why do you have a belief that they are from her?
I have multiple letters from her.
You're not answering my question.
This is
Why
crazy.
do you believe
You
the
see how
letters
his
are
his
from
demeanor
Erica
is?
Patterson?
Who signs letters?
Because they were sent
Let me
from Erica
see.
Patterson. Why else would I?
Were they signed by her?
Now the portion that I'm playing, he was just basically he was
Rambling.
he was cross-examining his ex-girlfriend. Okay, so let me give you some more context, Carl. So before he drove to the parade, he
Alright.
was bro, before he drove to the parade, what came out is that he was meeting with his ex-girlfriend, right? Um they were arguing over something and he started like hitting her like in his car, assaulting her, so to speak, right? Someone she called someone, they walked by, saw it, called the police on him. He tried to run away from the police, evading the police, and that's how he ended up running them people over in the parade. And there's just so much evidence against him. So during this court trial, it's weird because he called his own ex-girlfriend as a witness. He called his own ex-girlfriend as a witness in this case. That's some wild shit. Okay, but I'm gonna skip it to where it really heats up here. But that's for context as to what they're arguing about. Yeah, it's I know his posture is just nuts. And the way he's talking to the judge is just you don't do that.
Answer that.
I've given you a few reasons why it would lend to that opinion.
So it has to be put in a legal
The
time
bottom
or
line is I
something.
need the letter. So if you're going to
Yes.
question her on that, the state absolutely has a right to see the letter.
He tried to bring
So
a letter in
you
the
need to provide that letter.
as evidence.
The bottom line is I'm not going to allow any questioning without having that letter.
Thank you. So
The
what
state
about-
has the ability to question you about that or question this witness and to look at the veracity.
He's
of what
looking
the
up in the
claims
air
are.
like this dude is nuts.
So when I may take an early lunch. If that's in your cell, then you can go get it and
I
bring
know,
it. But
Carl.
without that letter,
This
I'm not
man's
allowing this
face
line of
is
questioning.
insane.
Do you have the letter with
So-
you in court?
I just said no. How many
Okay.
times
I
I gotta
just
say the
said
same
no,
thing
Judge.
on record?
You know, sometimes, sir, I don't hear what you say because you interrupt me so much.
This is where it gets
or
hot,
you
y'all.
answer quietly. And I'm taking notes and I'm focused on probably a dozen things at the same time.
But if I say something under my breath, everybody seems to hear it. Everybody seems to hear
In
that
a
just
quiet
fine.
courtroom,
And
yes,
everybody
we can
assumes,
hear it very
and
clearly.
everybody assumes that it has to be disparaging.
Once again, you're doing this tactic
because
to try to
it's
go
not a tactic,
off
it's
of what
facts.
we're talking
It's
about
facts.
to some other reason.
It's facts. Because
some
I
other
find it
thing.
hard.
Yeah. And this is just one day. This is just a small portion of what's going on.
This is day
This
one.
this is day 12, but he's done it
Oh.
like every day of the trial. Like they had to remove him like almost every day from the court.
Bruh, like, what is your problem?
Yeah, to me it's insane, man. Like what this guy is an absolute clown. He's being a donkey. It's lack of accountability. It's narcissism. Like he's trying to like he's talking about himself in the third person and representing himself when he's just straight guilty 100%. You know what I'm saying? And his I don't know, you can't make this stuff up, Carl. But that's going on. Like if you have some time during the week,
Yeah.
definitely check it out. You know, I just kind of throw it up on the background at work. But you know how we always highlight like, you know, mindsets and like the behavior, right? Like this guy is absolutely insane.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. Bonkers.
Yeah. You know, and essentially he's just making himself look guilty by doing this. So word to y'all watching, if you ever are going to court, get a lawyer. Don't worry. That's the one time.
They know the law better than you. Do not try to represent yourself. Like, even if you think you know the law, or if you are a lawyer, okay, that would be the caveat I would put to that. But if you have no idea what you're doing, please don't represent yourself. Don't make yourself look like a fool.
Oh, hey, he needs the link. That's your homie, right, Carl?
Oh, shoot.
Yes. Did you not send the link out again?
Bro, I thought you... I got it.
God damn it, Carl.
Hey, yeah. I know one job, Carl. Blah blah blah.
All
No,
right.
hey, actually, it's Tay. It's not Steph.
Let's say, okay, here, Tay, I'm gonna drop it down here for you, bro. Hang on. Get that up to you right now. Link is in the chat for you to tap in, fam. Before we even go on, this is some more interesting stuff I got here.
Good Lord, this is crazy.
That's insane, right?
This is why I keep making the half joke, half the other half is serious. The ETs need to come get me, please.
You don't want to live on this planet no more, Carl?
And I'm sure you don't.
Oh man, I've said it before a couple times, and some of my solutions are pretty radical. Like with just some of the the culture issues, like
Right.
just wipe it all out, man. You know what I'm saying? Just restart.
Bruh, you and so I have very interesting discussions with one of my friends. He's a bouncer at the bar I go do down here, Salvador.
Yeah.
Me and him have some very interesting discussions, and he's like, he just wants to eliminate all the he calls them sun dodgers.
Sun Dodgers.
Sun Dodgers, yes. And he's not talking about with anyone with skin tone like you and me. So
oh my days.
So he's like, he just wants to get rid of the ones who still have the ideologies of the past, we'll say.
I got you.
And so he's sort of got a similar mindset, but I'm just like, I just want to find a better way without all that.
I know.
The more you see, it's just like you just don't have any hope for it anymore.
It is pretty discouraging.
Hey, sus.
Hey, sus in the building with I think that's a Genshin Impact picture for his damn profile.
That game shouldn't be phone. I'm just gonna say that shortly.
This man. You said it shouldn't exist or it shouldn't go on. It shouldn't belong.
No, Genshin Impact is a wonderful looking game. It just shouldn't be on the phone. It's just, it takes too much. Like that stuff will burn your phone out.
Oh my days. On a side note, Tay, I did drop the link down there. It's in the chat. If you see it, just grab it and jump in. Or Carl, I think you sent that out too, right?
Yeah.
Did you send it out? You sent it. Okay.
I told Steph yesterday, so.
Okay. Cool.
He's able to join us because he got both of our numbers. I don't know why he didn't contact us, the bum.
Hey, it's all good, man. If he taps in, he taps in. If not, I get it. I know Saturday is like everyone's like day off kind of deal. That's why I do the streams a little bit earlier in the day versus later in the evening when we used to do it like 7 o'clock. Because I know most of y'all are like out or doing something. So I was like, you know what? We'll just do a early time joint. What up, sus? You got your mic on, bro? I don't think he's got his mic on. Okay, man, he might be occupied in the background for a second. But speaking of getting a lawyer to represent yourself and how, in a lot of cases, especially in court, get a lawyer, right? I think some things just shouldn't, like you said, some things shouldn't be said. Maybe some things need to be kept to yourself.
Oh, God.
But this one's an interesting one. We got a gentleman here, and this one's gone viral as well. We got a gentleman here who has been tricked. He's been tricked by two members of a certain alphabet community that he thought were cis women. I'm using politically correct terms because YouTube, right? He thought they were cis women, but they weren't cis women. And they recorded them.
Oh,
and
no. Oh.
Now I don't think this clip we're gonna watch has the explicit stuff, but when you see the chick, she don't look like a normal, I guess what I would consider a cis joint. So here we go. Check this out.
Remind me of another.
Check this out. This is the dude who allegedly got tricked. Hopefully we don't get a ad.
I'm gonna speak now and forever hold my peace. Nigga, DM me on Instagram talking about if you don't send $1,000 by midnight, I'm gonna expose you.
So let's look at this. It's a whole video. I ain't gonna expose you. though, just be more careful. You got to cash that 1K or it's getting sent. I don't understand how people talk. All right, have it your way is getting sent at midnight. Crazy situation. Bless up. She sent it. They ain't see it yet. Still not too late. Okay, for me to unsend it. Still not too late for me to unsend it. And then he just said, okay. So basically, they were extorting this guy. So he's kind of a victim in this. Not kind. He is a victim in this. I don't want to say it like that, but yeah, it's crazy. I'm gonna let him explain.
You with a video,
Yeah.
and I'm saying I ain't do nothing to nobody. The fuck you talking about? I said, do what you want to do. I woke up in the morning. Next thing you know, pop, niggas a video, all type of shit flowing around in the internet. Who the situation was straight to the point. I was chilling with these two females who I thought was females because they looked just like it, and shit like bro. That. And
that don't look like no female that I know. Oh no, bro. Like something. Like I don't know. Like something's just off there to me. You know what I mean? That's just. That don't look like. That's. Like, what do you think, Carl? That don't look like a normal female to me.
Bro, with the way you can get surgery and all this stuff today, which is why I'm a slight bit amped. Gentlemen out here, stop being led by the brain,
the lower brain
down below, please, because you will fall into situations like these.
Yes.
Stop being led by that brain. It's not helping you. Like
by the lower horn, as they say.
Screen the people you go hang out with. Screen these people. I don't know how you were to screen that, but just like find some way to do it, because then you end up like him. You get extorted for no reason because just because somebody's trying to be stupid.
Well, here's my thing. Like, why record it? Like, just do what you do. Why you got to record what's going on like that?
Blackmail. Remember what?
No, but he recorded it. He recorded it.
What, this dude?
I think he recorded it, and the chicks, or maybe he sent it to him. But he's the one. Actually, look, I'll go back so you can see it. He's the one. He's holding the phone up.
Yeah, that's his fault. He can't.
He's the one recorded it, and he probably sent it to him. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, why just keep the stuff that's going on in the bedroom to yourself,
please.
But let's continue with this brother.
Females because they look just like it, and shit like that, and shit happened in the video. It didn't get too far, but it's something it went far enough. So now people like, they trying to play with my talk, like they trying to play with me. You see, I'm a victim of, the bullshit.
In Miami,
hey,
I had plenty niggas in Miami.
Hey, let me bring the Professor Superior up in the building.
There it goes.
Hey.
Man, I had my bad guys. I had my babies with me today, man.
All right.
Oh, you good, bro? Them pretty little babies.
Yeah, thank you. She being fussy, so I'm gonna mute her, but I'm gonna listen. I'm be paying attention.
Bet, appreciate you, bro.
No problem, man.
Thanks for tapping in.
Goodness.
Let me get back to the clip here.
All right.
So this is the John. I don't know, y'all. Like he couldn't tell. Like with this particular chick, you think he really couldn't tell?
It's kind of hard for me to tell. I mean, the hair is like.
I don't know. I don't look like no cis female I've ever seen.
Hold on. There are effeminate looking men too. So
bro.
I'm not trying to give any devil's advocate right now, but
look at that in this case.
What did he say? What'd you say?
And I'm just specifically talking about this case. Hang on here. Let me because listen to them talk.
In Miami, I done had plenty niggas in Miami. And Broward. Broward, my favorite.
Like, I wasn't aware. So I'm spreading awareness about this situation that is really going on in the world. Seriously? The fuck? I have a high respect for the gay community, trans community, all that. You know what I'm saying? We're no better than anybody. Man, shorties, they had titties. They was looking nice. The booty, you know what I'm saying? Looked like a female, man. A lot of they was looking decent. Like, a lot of niggas be confused, bro. Don't act like I got a scanner, like, to really understand what's going on. I ain't have enough.
It sounds like he was just too thirsty.
Yeah,
that's what it sounded like. It sounded like the homie was just too thirsty and overlook some stuff. Because I don't know, bro. Like I think in this case, just at what I'm looking at, you would be able to tell that something is amiss. Especially you in a situation where like you at a club, and two females, like you just a normal dude, right? Like you just I would consider all of us just a standard dude, right?
right.
And two females walk up to you in the club and go home with you. What I would be curious, like why y'all showing interest in me?
Red flags. Like that's what that
Hmm?
dude. So I had that once. I had story time once again.
Story time with Carl.
All right. But
Yeah, we can think. Story time with Carl.
be quiet. So two guys walked up to this was separate. This was separate. I don't even want to call them incidents. Separate situations, we'll call them. So, guy number one came up to these women, said hi. They weren't interested, but they acted like they were lesbian. I believe I said this before. Okay, he walks off. He doesn't make a big deal of it. Another dude walks up. He doesn't even walk. He stands like maybe 3 to 5 feet away from him. Says hi. Same thing. Walks off. A song comes on. I actually like the song. I start dancing. I'm vibing. Cool. She tries to dance with me. I mind my business. I keep dancing by myself. She comes up, tries to talk to me. I'm like, nope, because I'm no different. I'm no different than them dudes. So I'm just, why are you walking up to me? I'm an average Joe myself, quote unquote. So I'm just like, nah, red flags. First of all, you were acting like you're lesbian. That's number one. Acting like. Number two, I don't know what you got going on. You don't know what I got going on. I could be, a serial iller. For those of you who don't know what that is, add a certain letter. And number three, you could blackmail me like this gentleman was. I gotta cross my T's, dot my I's. I'm not fooling around with that mess. Mm-mm.
Oh, bro, I think there's just a lesson in this where, I mean, again, I would have been thinking the same thing. Like, why are these two chicks showing interest in me? Like, and it's never that easy for dudes to just get two
acquire
in one night.
Just acquire interest without doing nothing.
Yeah, it's where
nothing. Like that.
Right.
Oh, that's a fever dream. If anything, that is a dream.
But how? I don't know. That it's just crazy to me too that they even came at him on that angle of the setup. Like, oh, we gonna expose you, type thing. Like that. That was the whole just to get some money. Let me get the rest of this.
Good from the time being in the situation. So I got tricked, nigga. Come on, man. I am an actual victim. I'm saying, be careful out here because this stuff is really going on.
And that's I don't know. Just in this case, I think looking at the females he was dealing with, though, I would have thought something was amiss.
Be aware of your surroundings and be aware of the people that approach you.
Like, I guess you have to just start like questioning females now. Like, for those of you who are out there dating, like, you gotta be, you literally have to make them take surveys or something now, I guess. Like, are you a cis female? Are you pre? Are you post? Like, you gotta know what you're getting into and then do some non-disclosure agreements. And
bruh, I'm like, folks, the folks who are listening, y'all can look at me like I'm weird and all this stuff, but I'm gonna start writing down questions, or I'm gonna start asking really crazy questions like family life.
But that would be considered as being transphobic. Because I remember Genuine got into a situation with a trans woman before she wanted him to kiss her, and he was like, nah, he turned it down, like, nah, I don't want
Right. Oh, it muted. But Superior, you muted yourself, bro. But we did catch that last bit.
Oh, I was basically saying about Genuine. Genuine had that same situation happen to him before, where a trans woman wanted him to kiss her or whatnot, and he was like no, and then he was looked at as being transphobic. So you got to kind of tiptoe around this issue a lot,
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those where this is like some shadow bannable cancellation type stuff, you know what I mean? But I don't think personally, I don't think you should be labeled transphobic for that, just having a preference of not wanting to date or deal with someone who's not quote unquote, a cis woman, right? And I gotta use that term for natural woman, just a natural born woman, but they don't like natural born woman. They like using words like cis and shit, you know. So I mean that's the reality of the world we're living in right now, right? Where words matter, vocabulary is getting changed, and people are just hoodwinking and setting people up. So for the people listening, if you're listening later, I think the lesson behind this one is just be careful who you're dealing with. Ask the questions, don't record the stuff. I mean, I don't know. That's my whole thing.
Don't.
I mean, Sus, you got anything? You look like you've been cooking over there, bro. No, okay, all right. I feel you. You got some other stuff going on there. I got one more quick hit before we really dig into the Ye situation. I think this is kind of funny, more or less. It's more of just a troll type thing, but
oh boy,
y'all know 50 Cent and his situation with his son, right?
I've heard. I don't know the whole thing, but I have heard bits and pieces.
Like basically, his son's like 25 now, but his son's been really trying to actively reach out and talk to him as of late. And he's done interviews on different platforms, and he's like, oh, my dad only gave me $6,700 a month. And
only
so 50's response. Right, but that was the child support payment that 50 was paying every month was $6,700. Yes.
He better not have been. What is this kid?
Yes.
Oh.
What?
Yes.
There you go. There you go.
You can look this stuff up. Like 50 was
$6,700
a
and
month.
this man makes millions.
That's a lot of bread. Like do 60.
That is a lot.
If we do
that's a lot. That's more than what I make in a month in a fucking month.
That's 80,000 a year, my boy, for free.
That's bullshit. And he
complain. You can't complain.
You know what?
You're gonna say only 67. How are you gonna say only?
So 50 handle it how 50 handles it. So check this out. He trolled him.
I had to rebuild my life over $6,700 a month.
Marquise, I know you feel like
fuck, this nigga's crazy. 25 years old. Why you still talking about child support? I still $5,000 a year, and it was with me. That's why I sent his mother to child support, because the bitch thought that she was supposed to get that much more. She wanted more. All that motherfucking nothing.
That nigga's funny. Look, I don't never ask for shit, man. And I was thinking, nigga, can nigga get a little extra $6,700 a month?
Typical 50 Cent fashion. You know what I'm saying? He had to make a troll of it. It was like, hey man, I don't ask you for much, but could I get an extra $6,700 a month? You know what I'm saying?
This is why this man, be careful where you sow your seeds.
But here's the whole story behind it though. Like 50 always made sure his son was taken care of, but it's one of those situations where like the mom kind of distorted the situation, and of course the son being with the mom, he started getting on her plan instead of 50
thought from her viewpoint.
Like 50 actually he did a lot. If you I know there's like an audio book or something that he did. He talks about a situation where he bought out a shoe store that was going out of business, right? So he's walking, he's just, he sees the dude, he's gone out of business, and he tells the dude, hey, I'll buy the rest of your inventory for whatever, whatever amount, right? because his son really liked shoes. Like he wanted, like I think he wanted like 20 pairs of shoes or some shit, like 20 pairs of sneakers. And 50 he told his son's mom, he's like, why the fuck does he need 20 pairs of sneakers for? So he's like, okay. And then this is from a business mindset, right? He's like, okay, you want sneakers? Okay, I'm gonna get you a sneaker business, right? So that's what he did with the inventory. He bought all the shoes, he put it in the storage locker where his son was staying, and he's like, look, you have the shoes, you can sell your shoes, and then you have enough money to buy however many shoes you want. Like he straight up set his son up for a sneaker resale business, right? His son didn't do nothing with it. He talking about he wanted, I think he didn't hear from him for a couple months after that, and then they talking about doing some catering business or something. Him and his mom. Yeah, like it. it's in like his memoir. He did like a book that's out, and you can actually go verify this information. But I thought that was funny because 50 was just trolling, but it actually is a situation behind that where like his son is just like kind of silly now. You know what I mean?
There
Like he
kinda
$6,700 a month, and
kinda is kinda is very much of an understatement. That he straight up fool that kid.
yeah. I mean, I guess he's just trying to have a relationship with 50, but at this point, I don't know. Like, how would y'all feel about that if you were in that situation where you're paying child support, you're trying to take care of them, but the mother's in the way? You know what I mean?
It
We're
kind of
all sitting down.
it beats you down, you know.
I mean, as
Kinda-
the dad though, would you get to a point where you're like, fuck it, and like 50, where you just
That'd
cut off
be
your kid?
that'd be one of the hardest things you do. But if that's what needs to be done, that's what needs to be done. Because if, like you said, if the mother is distorting that child's mind, there's nothing else you can do about it. Because he will only see what she sees and not any other way. Because that's all he knows, because that's what he was around majority of his life. They have it's she imprinted her way of thinking onto him.
She did. That's
Basically,
unfortunate as hell.
parental tunnel vision.
Yep. Superior, you look like you had something for it.
Oh no, I was just saying it depends. It depends on how the child's attitude is, because some kids will look at it like, nah, mom, you're wrong about my father because he's X, Y, and Z. But in 50's son case, yeah, you gotta cut him off because he's displaying the same type of attitude, the bitter
As his
attitude
mother.
his mother is displaying.
But and it could have stemmed from her greed.
What's exactly what it stemmed from?
The reason why he was asking for things is because she wanted things,
right?
And to get it, because if she went to him directly, that's a flat out fucking no. But if he goes through your child, which is a fucked up thing to do, there's a higher chance of you getting your way.
Well, that's exactly what happened here. I don't know if you heard him. I know the volume might have been a little low, but she was trying to get more money out of him. Like I think before the 6,700, he was paying something stupid like a month. So he put himself on child support so it could get lowered to the 6,700, which is still a lot of money. Like it's crazy. And I think unfortunately his son Marquise adopted her attitude, and now he's trying to really have a relationship. Because I don't know, in the past, Marquise has gone online and just said all kinds of dumb shit about his dad. And I'm of the mind that at a certain point, like I gotta cut you off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You kid or not, you got your mother's attitude. And that's what happens in a lot of situations, though. I think that's, I know 50 Cent's rich, right? But I think that's a common situation that happens. I'll just say in Black America, right? Or just in America in general, where moms are kind of distorting the story of what actually went down between mom and dad. You know what I mean? And then the kid ends up with this weird view of, oh, dad wasn't shit. And so they grow older and find out later, like, oh, mom was actually the piece of shit kind of deal. You know what I mean? But by then, it's kind of, the damage is done. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of see 50's point of view there. I don't know. But I want to just cover that real quick before we really dig into the topic. Mr. Ye, our brother, Mr. West. So here's the deal. What's been going on with him lately? I don't know. He's been canceled off of Twitter. He's been canceled off of Instagram for some anti-Semitic remarks that he allegedly made, right? Well, actually, I mean, they're saying he made. And an interview that he did with Drink Champs recently was removed off of their channel. Like, they took it off because he said some shit about George Floyd on there. Hell, even George Floyd's sister is trying to sue him now because
I saw that.
Yeah, she's trying to sue him because he said fentanyl is really what killed him. You know what I mean? Essentially.
At the man, and that I believe the hell was the dude, the officer's name.
I think it's Derek Chauvin.
Yes.
Was it? Yeah. I mean, he's in jail.
That he didn't have his knee on his neck, even though all of America saw that video.
Yeah. So he's been in hot water lately for those statements that he's been saying. But I think there is a little bit of truth in what Ye is saying. And I know y'all are probably like, what? Because a lot of people think Ye is just straight insane, especially after doing shit like this, where the homie went and wore a White Lives Matter shirt. A lot of people got offended, and I think that was the point. Like when he did this shit with Candace Owens. Carl, why are you looking like that?
No, I saw the thumbnail, but I was like, I had no idea that was Candace Owens.
Oh yeah, it's Candace Owens. But you gotta, like, they did it to make a point. They did to make a point. But he mentions it in this interview with Tucker Carlson, and he also talks about it in the Drink Champs. I think I want to really dig into the Drink Champs interview over this one though, because that one is the one that really got him in some hot water. So check this out. Here, I'll take it back to 8 minutes. We won't go through the full thing, but he talks about the Jewish people and all that type of stuff, and it really just lands him in some hot water. So check this out. Okay, here we go.
Which people have done and how they brought their people together. You know, they came into money through the lawyers when after Wall Street, when all of the like the Catholics, they wouldn't divorce people. Right. So the Jewish lawyers came and they were willing to divorce people. That's when they first came into their money. So like say with me and Jay, with our culture, with the darker Jews. First of all, because you got to
happens when anybody starts talking deep.
Okay. Yeah, with the darker Jews, the 12 lost tribes of Israel, who we are, because we Jewish also. We
just try to follow him, because I know he connects some bigger concepts that don't make sense when you first hear it, but you just try to follow him.
I'm trying, trust me. Just like, you sure you're on this planet, sir? Or from this planet? Just saying.
I know, but try to look at it this way. He's seeing like the bigger picture, I think. He's like the richest black man on the planet right now. He's actually a billionaire. So Ye is in a place where he can literally say whatever he wants. You know what I mean? He can say anything without necessarily being censored. So hang on, I'm trying to get it to the good part.
Saw what I loved about it. I love Dove just as a human being. On the third episode to say we love Ye like the rest of y'all. We know he a genius like the rest of y'all, but sometimes you got to turn the camera off on him. So they'll go and get a dude that's supposed to be my friend that's been taping me the whole time and buy this nigga out for $30 million.
I thought you co-signed that.
I ain't co-signing, but you get used to that. Paparazzi taking a picture of you, you ain't getting no money off it. Right. You just get used to getting screwed by the Jewish media. And I'm saying, y'all don't.
So this is what's getting him in trouble, because he's talking about the Jewish media, but I think he has a point. And I want to get to that.
Poke the bear too fucking long. When I wore the White Lives Matter tee, I had 4 SoFi Stadium shows. They canceled my shows. I said it's up. And let me tell you one thing. It's like if a black man is caught with something in the car or something, everybody in the car gonna go to jail with him, right? But if a black man can play basketball or rap, only he gets the record deal. So meaning like if one black man does something bad, all the other blacks get caught with him. If one black man does something good, nobody else gets nothing with him. It's a reverse for the Jewish people, right? If a Jewish person could repeatedly fucks me on a deal, it's just them. It's just the businessman. It's not the people. It's not nobody else. But if a Jewish person...
What y'all think about that? So he's talking about bigger industry type situations, right? So he's saying, and I think this is true though, like of black people, if one person is doing something, every nigga's guilty. Everyone's getting hemmed up. But if one is successful, only that one is successful. Versus like other cultures, like you mentioned, other people put each other on. But if it's something negative, right, it's just that one person.
I will agree with that one part. I will agree.
Yo, tell you.
It's fucked up because it's true. Because like we are quicker to throw everybody under the bus and not take the blame, not solely take the blame for things that are going wrong. But then as soon as we're coming up, it's like, I did this by myself. It was all me. I went out here and got it out the mud type shit.
It's like,
yeah, but they're working for a Jewish guy.
But
and most seriously, like every artist is signed to a label that's probably owned by someone that's Jewish. Like this is fact. This is fact. So that's why none of them can say anti-Semitic remarks about Jewish people, but they're getting paid off of saying all kinds of negative type shit about black people. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
This is what he's trying to get out, and he's tired of this shit happening.
And we discussed this last episode is because we do not. We'll stand, like I said, we'll stand up for ourselves, but we do not stand up for others in our culture.
Mm-hmm.
We would very soon let others in our culture die.
It's crazy.
Gosh.
It's not crazy because I just expressed that thought in the beginning when we were talking. So you got a point. I just expressed it. I was like, wipe it out, restart, because culture's trash. But Kanye's he's actually in a position in life where he's trying to change the narrative, so to speak. And he seems like he's crazy for it. They're making it seem like he's crazy, but this man is dropping some bars when you really dig in and listen. So check it out. Hang on, it's a little bit more.
Does good, all of they people eat with them. That's one of the flips. I got to tell you something. Where is a black guy that has a Jewish person signed to him? Point it out. Tell me that. Where is a black person that's signed to a Jewish person? All of them. Basically 90% of them. So what I'm saying is, y'all done poked the bear too many times. Y'all should have learned with Drake. Y'all should have learned with Puff. Y'all should have learned with Hove. Y'all dealing with a different kind of animal here. You know, everybody wants to say I'm 730. Well, I'm going to use that to my advantage. I told y'all I was the leader. I told y'all I'm going to free my people in the name of God. And I will put my life at risk, because if I wasn't in a glass prison, just like Larry Hoover's in a real prison, then I would have had to say so when my kids go to school. I go into my kids' school, I see Hanukkah books, then I see Kwanzaa. Christmas is Christ's Mass. Where's Jesus in the school where all the celebrities are paying for their kids to go?
Cell? I'm sorry. What did you
like,
say?
hey, I'm talking about.
Right,
like listening to me type shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm in like a glass box of like celebrity with a bunch of handlers around me and shit, and people colluding behind my back and being like, is he ramped up? What we gonna say now? What I told y'all, because I talked to Larry Jackson last night and he was like, yo.
From iTunes.
Yeah, but now he's got his own deal. He started telling me how Clive Davis changed his life. And I talked to him for 6 minutes. He said, well, usually we talk back and forth. I said, Larry, this is my life, though. I'm letting you know so you can let everybody know what it is. What it is at this point. Yeah.
Yo, he's going ham. There was a part of the interview he mentioned like his trainer was Jewish and they're the one who leaked like that he was going on rants or like he has the same trainer as Lizzo or something. Like I don't know. He was saying something about it. But I'm gonna skip to the part that I really want y'all to check out here.
The thing is, what's crazy is I noticed Clinton. When Clinton became into the administration, Little Rock, Arkansas became the most wildest place there was. And then when
it didn't start with him going, I'm just saying
it was wild.
The George Floyd area, the free George Floyd zone that they made, the murder rate is up 50%.
Damn, that's a lot.
Goddamn Arkansas.
Arkansas. Wait, was that Arkansas?
You said Arkansas.
Oh, he's talking about. Well, he mentioned the George Floyd area though.
Yeah,
but that's true. I mean, the area did go up. I'm trying to find the we got little timestamps here. I mean, what just what do y'all even think about what he's saying in general? Let's see if I can find that timestamp. I mean, about the Jews being united, black people not getting it done, all that type of stuff.
All right. So
you don't have to say anything you don't want to, because I know this is that type of topic.
No, I'm trying to go through history. And this is going to be a bit slightly spicy, but
spicy it up.
Let's look at the history of the Jewish people, right? I'm gonna start with them first because it kind of correlates with us.
Mm-hmm.
They got hit with a technical double whammy. They got hit in Africa, they got hit in Europe. And what Kanye is saying is a bit true. They got hit in Europe, in Africa, it was for religious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Egypt specifically. When it was in Europe, this is where the tie-in of what Ye is talking about. Hitler did all that under the, I'll say, guise of that the Jewish were financially oppressing the Germans. That's why that's what he said he started all that from. Mm-hmm. He did all that because the Germans weren't. How I'm seeing it is they weren't making any money, and the Jews were just, you know what, gobbling up all the money, just like it is today. So you got to think, it's like if the Jews got hit with that, it's like that's probably why they're being greedy, because it's like, you know, persecution and all that.
Well, I think he mentioned it. He's, you know, they went through all that stuff and they said never again, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they banded together and built all this infrastructure as a people and set themselves up in positions where they're making the money. You know what I'm saying? You'll hear several different artists mention that. Actually, it's kind of funny. Jay-Z even mentions it in his music a little bit, right? Kanye's point is he wants black people to get into that mindset and do the same thing and stop, you know, being the profit dogs for these guys, essentially. You know what I'm saying? With the way the way our culture is, we make them tons of money. You know, that's his whole point. Now, the other stuff that he's on, like with Kim and, you know, that situation with the Kardashians, like that's all self-inflicted.
Yeah.
That's all self-inflicted, man.
It's like, this is why I say, make your choices wisely.
Like yeah, exactly. He chose her. You know what I'm saying? He chose her. You know, like that.
Choice, you know, wisely.
After she got passed around, you know, the village table. You know what I'm saying?
He said passed around the village table. I can't.
I mean, Kim was with a lot of different people, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
She was with Ray J. I mean, that's and we found out that was a business deal. That was all a business deal to put her on.
Basketball, football, rappers,
actors,
everything.
The list goes on and on.
Yeah, Kim K is not who we think she is. You
the
know
Illuminati.
So, oh my days. But I just think it's all interesting because, you know, you see all the stuff that's going on with Ye. But he's, like I say, he's at a point in his life where he has enough money to where it just doesn't matter. Like, even if they take him off the platform, even if he loses a concert or two, dude is a billionaire. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it shit that they would do doesn't affect him like it would the normal guy, where we have to worry about, am I gonna have my job tomorrow, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Am I gonna be deplatformed off of YouTube
I will.
type situation?
If Ye wants, if you want the deed to get done, you have to. Sometimes you have to take it upon yourself to get the wheels turning.
That's what he's doing.
Use it. Well, not just with his words. Do it with your actions. Fund something that will help the black community and help the black community see, hey, we got to do better.
I think he has.
Go ahead, fellas.
Oh, go ahead. Tay, go ahead.
I was gonna say, hey, I understand, the black folks gotta come together, man. But the problem is, we not going to. I hate to say it, but unless it's something tragic that happens, like someone get deleted from the system, or we promoting something like the gang culture with something like that, we're not going to stick for each other. It's been shown, it's been proven so many times already. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I
mean,
you
got a point.
And part of it is, I think the big part of it is fear of each other, because we have so much distrust for each other, because we just think if somebody's going to run up on us. Like I have countless accounts of people, like I'm just walking, like I told you guys last time, I'm just walking towards a person and they freak out. They're like, hey, don't run up on me.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? See, stop. That is the problem. Stop and think a minute. Not every action is going to lead to me trying to hurt you. If I'm just walking towards you, you don't know if I'm trying to help. And that's the other thing, fear of the unknown. You don't know if a person trying to harm. Huh?
It's the lack of trust.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't trust each other at all, even a little bit.
Oh my God.
As a people. That's why I'm saying, like, I appreciate what Ye is trying to do, and I like what he is. I like his perspective. But I do think the answer, in my opinion, would be to just restart this whole joint, man. You know what I'm saying? Just restart, because we've gone so far south.
Hold on. I see. This is where I have to do what Tay does a lot of the time and play devil's advocate. Not in the good way either.
Do it.
Technically, what you got? That has been done twice by the big man upstairs.
Oh, you're getting biblical on this.
And he had reservations. He had reservations because he still has hope. I think that we're going through the third phase. He tried to flood. He tried to flames. Now he's just going to let us, deliberate our own either destruction or salvation.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I think, man, that's a scary way to look at it, right? Yeah, but I think for us, with our, the way we are and I think we're a minority, unfortunately. Well, actually, I don't even know really. I think there are a lot of level-headed individuals out there. Oh wait, what'd you gonna say, Carl?
I was gonna say, you said we're a minority. I thought you meant like as far as like census goes. Never mind.
Oh no, not in that sense, but like
about up here.
Yeah, the mindset that we're displaying, like the type of character that we on.
Right.
But
that's because like, think about it. You've been places. Tay, I know you've been places, and I've been to a few countries, albeit very shortly, but I've seen different cultures. I'm pretty sure we've all seen different cultures, but we got raised.
Oh, so it's got
does ghetto count as a different culture?
I know, sus done seen the hood. But listen. I think the way forward, honestly, is for people, and that where I was going with this is like people with this type of mindset, right? This type of time that you want, getting after the bag, making yourself better. Oh my gosh. I think the answer is you just focus on getting your stuff together. You know what I'm saying? Getting your family together, getting your unit together, focusing on you
And
first.
I was just about to say, that's another thing I don't get. People
Mm-hmm.
are so focused on getting the bag, like specifically the lady getting after somebody else's bag. Why, if you making your own bag, why do you need somebody else's bag? That does not make sense.
Well, how so? Explain. Like, how are they going after other people's bag? Are you talking about like
You
Pookie's and
know,
Ray Ray's, like
how-
just taking it?
not taking it. It was like, you know, how, like, okay, let's take Derek Jackson. I didn't really want to bring him up until like way another episode, but he's telling ladies like you know, he's not telling them make their own bag. He's telling them, you know, you kind of got to get after another dude's bag. That's what I'm interpreting from him.
Well, but he caters to the female audience, man. Like
Oh,
he's
trust me, I know.
Lord Darth Sympius. You know what I mean?
Lord
So he's
Darth
so
But
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's like if you making your own money, like, you know, the whole independent women trend and all that. It's like if you're making your own money, you like if somebody else's bag is involved, it should be to build you both. It should be to build you both together, not, you know, oh, I'm gonna be more successful than him, or just to make yourself look good. You should be.
Well, that's that third wave feminism, Carl. Like where they're trying to compete and be equal to men, and we've talked about that multiple times on this channel. You know what I'm saying? Where they're competing and they're not realizing that, you know, when you're doing that, you're not making yourself really an attractive partner, so to speak. Granted, if my wife made like as much money as I've made, like that'd be fucking dope, right? But still, as the man of the house, I'm still gonna do what I need to do and provide. Like I'm not really counting on her money to, you know, to do anything.
Exactly. And
You know what I'm saying?
You just hit the nail on the head. We think about making ourselves better. We think about making our own bag, and it's not the
So we have to.
money.
Right.
We just want to be better so that it makes us feel good. It just makes us feel good. Shoot.
We mentioned it. Like it's fulfilling as to me. And it's just my perspective. It's fulfilling when I provide for my family. When I'm able to give them food. When I'm able to take them out on trips. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm grinding hard right now, so that later I don't have to, and I can just enjoy my time with them, get my time back, so to speak. You know what I mean? But I think you have to be like men today, like on this type of mindset. You have to focus on yourself, you know, first. Become the best version of yourself. I mean, if you get a family, family is definitely important, right? Like, get that, like, work towards that. I think, you know, because that's it. You can't just work all the time, right?
No,
you got to take your breaks. But I think family kind of brings it all whole.
Unless you have 400K.
Unless you have 400K. Superior, I saw you lighting up, man. What you got, bro? Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. I thought I seen him wanting to tag in type joint. I don't know.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, never mind. Oh, there it goes again.
This is AJ from Southeast.
Oh.
Sorry, y'all, man.
I was about to say, who's AJ? You're not AJ.
Yeah, man. But the wife had an interesting point, man. She was saying that self-care is the best care. You know, you gotta take care of yourself so you can take care of anybody else. And I agree with that.
Facts. Miss Superior is on a solid point right there. You gotta, and I hear people say it all the time. You gotta get yourself situated before you can try to pull others up, right?
And there's one more thing I want to add.
Money matters. Yeah. What's up, Carl?
Stop with the doggone competition. Stop. That is for sports. That is for games. That is for other things. In the business world, I understand there's like, you know, competitive this and competitive that, like, you know, competitive pay wages.
Yeah, I don't want my woman to compete with me. Like, just to be the lead, you know? Like, that's weird.
It's like, what am I competing with you for? For what? For what?
Same team.
Be quiet. There's no trophy at the end of it. You like, oh, you did a good job today. Wonderful. That's it.
Like, there's nothing more appealing. Oh, speaking of wives, my wife is actually calling me now. But there's nothing more appealing than when my wife is on like her full feminism mode. You know what I mean? When she's taking care of the house or she's taking care of me. You know, when I can just kick back and relax and just enjoy our home with them, watch a movie or something, take them out, like, and she, you know, when she's just supporting me, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, that shit is why I married her. You know, so I don't know,
like not that alpha stuff, and gosh, I can't.
I think so. I know alpha, betas, sigmas, all that stuff. I think there's something to be learned there, but I don't fully subscribe to that stuff either. You know, like the full on red pill. There's stuff I like and stuff I don't like, just with anything. So, fellas, any final thoughts on any of the stuff we covered today? You know, the shit in Wisconsin, the fake non-cis women, Mr. Yay. We kind of jump, you know, Marquise, like, y'all got anything you want to kind of wrap up with? Final thoughts before we call it a day?
Yes, I'm sorry. Give me one.
Yeah, I guess my final thoughts would be, well, my wife's final thought is feel like, you know, well, we feel like that a lot of people in the African community have no respect for life.
Yeah,
you know, especially this generation. You know.
Oh gosh.
Right.
That's a huge point. Yep.
Yeah, you know, so how can you trust each other if our own is killing each other?
Right.
Yep.
You know.
And then they're not willing to congratulate or celebrate. They're so quick to downplay.
You want me to say it or you want to say it? Okay. I'm sorry, fellas. She's trying to feed me information today, man. She's on point today.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. I love the tag team. I love it.
Right.
I'm telling you, man. Me and wife, man, tag team champs of the world. Champs, man. 8 years, reigning champs, man.
8 years of reigning champs. Hey, I got 9 years under my belt.
Elbow.
Media.
Okay, yeah, no, but I think that's a fair point. We don't respect life, like, just as a people. We don't celebrate the things we should celebrate. Even my wife's talked about that, right? Like, we celebrate people having babies out of wedlock, right? But we don't celebrate people getting married. And that's actually happened in our family, you know, where I was just like, when me and my wife got married, like, none of her family really like celebrated that. You know what I'm saying? But when her, you know, some people, I don't know, maybe some of her cousins just, you know, have babies with dudes that are in jail, you know, or are no longer here with us.
All right. That's just,
you know, it's garbage.
Yeah.
You know something? That's
chicken, bacon, and cheese.
That's the stigma, man. Like, it really is.
And
like, they're not in the home no more because they're either dead or in jail. That's stigma, man. We gotta get away from.
Or they don't want to be. They just want to hit it and quit it and call it a day. That's I promised myself. I made a promise to myself, not just because of myself, because I was in a dual parent home, mother and father. I had my rough patches with my parents. It wasn't just, you know, this Disney fairy tale thing. I think that's another thing that we have. Everybody's expecting this Disney princess stuff.
Oh yeah, it's just. I mean, it's. I think the love comes, like, you know. I don't think it doesn't exist, right? But you got to look at the practical shit.
Gotta work.
You know.
Not
like, marriages work. It's not easy.
It's like that's marriages work. Relationships are work too. It's like
they are
100%, and it's square one. A dude approaches a woman, well, more or less nowadays. because it's like you get all these complaints. Why aren't dudes approaching women anymore? Y'all made it very, very difficult.
I know.
Because
But you
oh gosh. Go ahead.
But you know what you do, and it goes back to even what I was saying earlier, Carl. Like you build yourself up, and then you promote the things within your circle that you want to see.
Yeah.
So you promote, the good when people do good stuff, when people get married, when I don't know, people kill it at the job, like that type of stuff that other people celebrate, we don't as Black people. You know what I'm saying? Like we we really don't. We really, really don't. It is sad. So you have to be the one in your circle to change it.
You know what? I know what the problem is.
What you think?
All right. So I usually put this up on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
It is easier to do foolishness or harm than it is to do good and have love in your heart. Like that, I learned this. I learned this from a situation that I've had, and I've just, just from observing other people's situations, it's like that's why you got like, drug dealers, criminals, what have you, especially drug dealers. Think about how much they make in probably an hour. They will probably pull off maybe $300 to $500. And I know that might be an exaggeration, but in an hour compared to you working a hard day's work for 2 weeks, and you're only bringing home like maybe 1,000, maybe 1,600 in 2 weeks, busting your back.
But they can also get killed too, though.
Yeah,
like they have that high risk of the job.
I know, but think about it: 500 in an hour versus 16 in a week.
It's too much risk there for me.
It's too much risk. You and I think differently. I was like, I'm not making my money on the street.
Hold up, I missed it. What were we talking about? Backtrack a little bit. I want to know because I got an ignorant answer.
I was saying it's easier. I'm saying it's easier to do wrong, and it's harder to do right for some people. I was basically saying, like, drug dealers and stuff, like it's easy for them to make like buku money in like a short amount of time. Whereas you're working on a job for like 2 weeks and you get a paycheck, and it's you get like a paltry sum to what would be to a paltry sum to most. Like I actually saw like it was like a joke song. Ding Fries are done the ghetto version. He said, I make more money on the street in a day than I do working at a job in a year.
Yeah, I mean, but there's a lot that comes with it, man. Like, the money seems like it's good, but you have the risk of being killed. You gotta, and then what are they doing with that money? You know what I mean? Like they're just blowing it on dumb shit. They're not really investing it. They're not, thinking long term. It's just quick money. So I'll agree with you to a point where people are more likely to do bad than good. But I feel like once you start doing good, like it's easy. In my day-to-day interactions just with different people, I just even if they seem like they're not having a good day or something like that, I come at them with some good, and it changes the whole situation, the whole equation. You know what I mean? And it's just natural. I've been doing it for so long now that it's just easy to just be like that. You know what I'm saying?
Same thing over here. Like there are some times where I'm just standing in a line and I just get in a conversation with a random person. Like I don't even start it. It's just, hey, how you doing? Hey, nothing much. Hey, you see this, and this? And I'm like, oh yeah. It's like, and it just flows. But for
that's what I'm saying.
For some people, they don't have that. They don't have those interactions. Like let's say, Lord forgive me, in the hood, you don't got them interactions. You got pew pew, bang bang, F you dude, F you this, F you that. It's just like, it's ridiculous. So it's different for most. It's very different, and and like you're saying, it's very sad because it's like it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah, I got you. Well, Sus, I was just going around and getting final thoughts before we wrap this up. Tay and his wife, they just said, we don't really have a respect for life, as a people, and that like we don't celebrate the right things. We celebrate all the negative shit, and we got to get away from certain stigmas. And then me and Carl got into our little banter, about doing good, doing bad, kind of thing. And then I don't know, what's your thoughts on anything that kind of we talked or covered today? Because we covered a couple of different things. Oh, are you muted? It's a mutiny. It's a mutiny.
On one hand, it doesn't matter at this point. Somebody's going to be mad at you for trying to speak your mind because just because it doesn't come, their version, how they view things is their reality, just as so is for you. So what they might deem as just off the wall and outrageous might be, just didn't hit you as hard, not as
facts.
And then somebody's always gonna be mad for some reason.
Oh, so that's your take out of this whole thing. Someone just gonna be mad.
No matter what you do, somebody's gonna be mad.
He's actually right on that.
Yeah.
So you're the villain in somebody's story, as I've heard.
Yeah.
But a lot of people just drop it there. But what people have to realize, you're the villain in somebody's story. Guess who they are? They're the hero, and heroes vanquish villains.
Here
we go.
You find out real quick that nobody cares. No matter what you do, nobody cares unless it benefits them. You can be the most outgoing, adventurous, helpful person. At the end of the day, you might get a good and be done. I mean, it's true though, because
you don't think?
But let me specify the Black community now. It'd be like, oh man, you could be like, fuck, I didn't get accepted into a school. Let's just say a school,
right?
The university they've been really. Oh damn, man, that sucks, bro. And then, but guaranteed, if it was the other way around, they got into the one they wanted to.
Yeah.
What you need to go to them white people school for? Like,
well, that's some people that try to be on code unnecessarily, and that's what it ties into what the superiors were saying, Mr. and Mrs. Superior over here, right? That we celebrate the wrong shit, man.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. But my answer to that, like something that all of us can do, is within our sphere of influence, within our circle, we promote the shit we want to see. You feel me?
Right.
Even within our kids. Each. Yeah. Yep.
Each.
That's why, like,
within our friend circle, within our families, unfortunately, you might be the first one that's like the beacon of doing the right thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
You might be it, but somewhere.
let's say you made it as an actor, rapper, a celebrity of some sort. Why don't you put your family on? Your brother, your older brother can be a bodyguard. Your mom can be
well, I mean, you could. I'm not saying you can't, because other cultures do it.
Yeah, because like they put their own family members on to do the simple thing. My mom could be my personal chef. I pay her to cook. My sister
Listen,
could
at some
be
point,
be my maid or my housekeeper. No, I wouldn't
at
say
some
maid.
point when this actually takes off, like I want all of us doing something with this and making some money off of this. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's my actual vision for this. And aside of having an impact in our community in some type of way and just getting the information out, my goal is for us to actually profit and make some money from this. You know what I mean? Because you need money in order to be able to even do things. Money is important regardless of what people say. It takes money to do stuff.
Right.
It takes money to make money.
It takes money to make money. Capital invest. I am learning that on this journey that I'm doing with YouTube. So
I call recruitment officer. That's what I've been doing.
Jude already got that covered. You late.
No, I'm not.
No, Carl's been bringing people in. He brought
Yeah.
Superior in.
I'm just the comic relief. I've already felt my role.
You know, I see this. My vision is to have an empire of some sort, and it doesn't even have to just end with YouTube. Like it could turn into a whole other business at some point. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's literally what I'm going to school for right now. I'm literally in my last two classes in my last two classes of my bachelor's degree right now for business administration.
Right.
I'm gonna use this shit. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't getting this shit for nothing.
No.
No,
You know, and that's
you're absolutely right though. Like we have to do something with this because like this cannot go on.
Yeah, I want us to do some actionable steps that we can really do to kind of turn some things around though. But you know, as always, I appreciate you guys tapping in with me this weekend. I know we're down Jude.
Give this brother.
But I'll have to link up with him later, make sure he's good. And then just y'all enjoy y'all's weekend, man. Like real talk.
I'll try. I will try.
Oh, what's up, Superior? Hang on. Superior had something, bro.
Oh, no, I was just saying indeed, man. I was agreeing with you. That's all.
Appreciate it. I know I try to make sure I get what everybody's saying. But yeah, y'all enjoy y'all's weekend. Stay blessed. Be prosperous. Stay up, Kings. Superior says. But that's it for the live stream, man. You know, for anybody watching this later, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, comment, share. We are gonna fucking take over this platform on someday. I'm telling you.
One day.
It's humble beginnings. I'll put it that way.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, that's the stream, y'all. Peace in this joint.